Raptors are one win away from going to the NBA Finals for the first time in the 24 years that their franchise has existed in the NBA. For the first time in this series, the road team wins. Toronto takes it 105-99. First time all season, the Bucks lost a game here when they led going to the fourth quarter. And the first time all year, they've lost 3 games in a row. Let's take a look at the highlights as we welcome you inside the NBA, presented by Kia.
There go that sideboard.
You know what? It seemed to me, Charles, that Kawhi Leonard made a conscious effort
To save his energy.
to be ready for the stretch drive.
No question. It was, you know, we talked about it at halftime. He was the facilitator. But Ernie, those other guys stepped up like they did the last couple games, and he brought this bad boy home.
And you know what, Chuck? I typically would disagree with you, but today I agree. I think the fact that the Bucks started out so great in the first and third quarters was because of Brogdon being in the game. But then they didn't have any bench to come in and give them energy like they have been getting in previous things. So I agree with you.
Thank you. But let me tell you what it did. I'll tell you what it did when we finish watching the highlights.
And all it takes is one guy to get hot.
Yeah. Because he played well, and they had great first and third quarters, but they didn't have great second and fourth quarters.
It was a 10-point Milwaukee game after one. There's Leonard with the finish, and it's tied at 34. Then Toronto's up 36-34, and Leonard connecting on the jump.
Man, this dude is ridiculous right here, America.
Giannis.
Ernie, when you play at somebody's place, you know you got to weather a storm. You just want to keep it close.
They weathered the storm, Toronto did. But listen, Coach Budenholzer made a big mistake starting Brogdon in this game. Now I'll tell you why we get through the highlights. That's a charge, man.
Not a charge.
That's a charge.
Not a charge. Stop flopping, Kyle.
So it was a 10-point lead.
See, this is where I like it too.
Again, they're up 12 again.
Post up, get him in the box.
But see, Kenny's point, Ernie, you got to go to your bench at some point. These are all early in the game when they got these leads.
Van Fleet got hot.
Hey, man.
Boy, did he ever.
Tell you what, man, Mr. Van Fleet, thanks for having that baby, getting him hot again.
Fred Jr. born earlier this week, his first son, his second child, and there's Leonard, and here we go to the fourth quarter, and that's when Kawhi would score 15 of 35, and Van Fleet.
This kid has stepped up, man. He is on fire right now.
Yeah, because we were waiting for these moments from him because he has done it at times in the regular season, and especially last year.
You know who's due for
Kawhi got hot.
You know who's due for a big game like that? Danny Green.
Hey, who's that?
Drake is my goodness. Drake's in the other.
At Jurassic Park. There you go. Brook Lopez. That is not slow motion. That's regular speed, and that's 89-85.
I thought the ref missed 3 charges in this game.
Kawhi to Gasol. Right after Reggie said they're going to have to get a 3 out of Gasol, and he knocked that one down. 92-90.
You know, even at this point in the game, I still thought Milwaukee didn't play with a sense of urgency. You got to pick it up.
They played with
great save by Brogdon and Lopez.
I'm going to disagree. They played with a sense of urgency.
No, it's not good enough.
Listen, the other team got players too. Those other guys, give Toronto credit. And
here he comes,
come on,
Fred
man.
Van
Give
Fleet.
Toronto credit. That was a big
credit.
No, Jack.
Still got to step up.
Yeah, but they stepped up. The other team stepped up too. This was not a foul here. They didn't foul Kyle Lowry.
It was a foul. What are you talking about?
That wasn't a foul.
It was a foul. No, you're just running your mouth.
No, I'm not.
That's a foul right there. That's a foul.
That's not a foul.
That's a foul. Stop it.
But doesn't the official know you're going to foul?
They didn't
That's a foul.
Did you knock him down?
That's not.
I will say this: either 2 shots from the free throw line.
That's a foul. Chuck, you know it's a foul.
I didn't think it was.
The Toronto Raptors come to Milwaukee, win it 105-99. Again, the first 3-game losing streak of the season for the Bucks, and it comes at the worst possible time. Now they're on the brink of elimination with Toronto going home and trying to clinch this series and go to the NBA Finals. We had Inside Tracks, Mike Budenholzer inside the Milwaukee locker room after the game.
We got to go win a game on Saturday or whatever day it is. It's the first and fourth. The first and fourth. We go win in Toronto, we come back here. That's all that we're thinking about. Come on. Let's go.
So on Fred VanVleet, this courtesy of Underdog, first 15 games of the postseason, one game in double digits, 8 of 41 from 3. Last 2 games, back-to-back games in double digits, 12 out of 18 field goals, 10 out of 12 from deep, and he was key tonight.
He was fantastic. Well, the last 3 games, Ernie, he's been, the Toronto bench is outplayed the Milwaukee bench. That's been the difference in the series. And Ernie, let me explain to you why I said to you before the game why he should not have started Malcolm Brogdon. Okay, who's the second best player on Milwaukee?
Chris Middleton.
He took the 5, there's 4 guys took more shots than him. That's why. When you put another guy who's going to shoot the ball into the lineup, it takes away possession. They need to get Middleton going. Bledsoe played fantastic. I told you, he was my key. He had 20 points. If you put Brogdon's 15, 17 points coming off the bench, that was the difference in the game. They had nothing coming off the bench, but it to me, the number one thing it did, it took away Middleton's attempt. He only got 9 attempts. 9 attempts.
But Brogdon started 64. Every time he played in the regular season, he started.
It's different now, Ernie. They are in the Eastern Conference Finals. You don't win 2 series and chain up your starting lineup, especially when you've been getting killed off the bench. The difference in the last 2 games has been the what? Bench. So why would you take your best player off the bench and put him in the starting lineup?
To get more efficiency in the offense. You know, I hate when people say you got to get him going. No, he got to get himself going. He know how to shoot. He know how to play. He didn't play with a sense of urgency. He didn't play well. I know the other guys got playing, but like Ernie said, Brogdon been starting 64 games. They had a hell of a season. They've been in first all year. It don't matter who start. You got to get your own attempts up. 2 for 9 because he didn't play aggressive enough. He was off. He was tentative. He got to step up, period.
2 for 9 ain't enough shots. But these other guys should not be getting all those attempts, plain and simple.
You know, if I look at Milwaukee, and I was thinking about this as Budenholzer was saying that speech. Being on I've been blessed to be on championship teams. This position actually felt good for us because this is the time that you look to your left, you look to your right, and you go, is he real? Because you're not going to win a championship if the guys aren't really connected anyway. You're not going to win a championship by not going down in a series. You're not going to win a championship by fighting through adversity. So this is the adversity. And this is when you either lock arms or you start cutting the cord. And you're saying, I'm going to try to do it myself. So for me, this is the championship moment. This is what it's made of. This would be exciting if I was a Milwaukee player to know I might win an NBA championship because now we're going to lock arms.
They will go to Toronto on Saturday, where the Bucks will try to stay alive, and the Raptors will try to punch their ticket to the finals against Golden State. Back with more on Inside, live from Milwaukee after this. Player, look at this.
Oh, Dale Harris.
Dale Harris.
Dale Harris.
Yes.
Hey,
old days.
The good old days.
They had they named that pig after you.
I've been in that place like 4 years ago, and I saw this, and I was laughing. That's what I was here for, the full court refresh. I was refurbishing courts. I refurbished courts here in Milwaukee like 4 years ago.
No doubt. I tell you what, I spent a lot of fun nights at Major Gooseby.
Got a chair name.
One of the great places in Milwaukee to go along with Perkins and the 5 o'clock Steakhouse. The 3 best places in Milwaukee. I got to see you, Goosebees. I don't know, though. I ain't lying. I'm nervous now.
It's a
you said 7 earlier.
Hey.
It's a 3-2 lead for the Toronto Raptors in this series as Game 6 will be played back at Scotiabank Arena. The night for Fred VanVleet. 21 points tonight after 7 in the first 2 games on the road in this series. And he goes 7 out of 13 and a career high 7 out of 9 from deep. And these were the thoughts on the Toronto win from their head coach, Nick Nurse.
It's you and I have talked a lot about, hopefully we regress to the mean a little bit, right? He was kind of due for one of these nights because we know he's a good shooter. I haven't said much to him, Scott. I think, again, he went 1 for 12 the other night in that double overtime game, and I didn't even know it because I thought he played so great. You know, he was in a must play good situation. You know, because Kyle fouled out and we went to double overtime. He played at least 16 straight minutes and he ran the team and played defense and he oozes confidence. He oozes the confidence that spreads to the other guys. And again, he just stepped into the shots that were there tonight and he was probably due to get hot in these playoffs. It's been probably a long time coming. Great.
You know what? It's funny, Ernie, because I've been in the position of Fred VanVleet. When you're not the first option or a guy coming off the bench, what happens is if you're coming off the bench like he is, some nights the ball finds you. And then other nights you have to find the ball. Tonight, he found the ball because when it's not finding you and you shoot 2 for 5, and then the next game you shoot 2 for 7, you all of a sudden you're 4 for 12 and you look like you're having a bad series. So you have to say, I have to find the ball now. I have to go be a little more aggressive because even though we have to go through Leonard, I have to make sure I get my attempts up and find the ball. And because you don't find the ball every time when you're the second, when you're the third or fourth or fifth option.
And we all know every game's going to be different. You know, 1-2 punch always has to do what they do. We just need one other guy to have that game. First 2 games he didn't play well, but tonight he hit some timely shots. And Kenny, I agree with you.
I think
found him tonight.
I think if you paid attention to what the coach said, I think it was very important. He kept shooting. Like a lot of guys don't go 1 for 12. They go 1 for 7. They stop shooting. That tells me a guy, hey, I'm going to keep jacking it up. If you go 1 for 12, but he said something also interesting, you can do other stuff. And he did other stuff, but now he's hitting shots. But I will tell you this.
I'm waiting for this one.
I will tell you this.
Tell us.
Game 7 is Saturday night for the Toronto Raptors. Let me tell you something. If they don't win Game 6, they're not coming back here and win. Game 6 is their Game 7. They got to be all in, all hands on deck, because they're not going to come and win a Game 7 in Milwaukee.
They have won 3 in a row in this series. They win here. First team to win on the road in this series, and they are a win away. Not sure if Fred VanVleet or Steph.
Hey, he gets the last laugh tonight. Drake, you get the last laugh tonight,